Fuck, y'all.
Ja, obviously it's your first game back, and you started out on the road. Two-part question. One, at the beginning, were you kind of surprised that there was a lot of boos in the crowd? And then two, the finish. Just describe how you feel after that display.
Yeah. To your first part with being surprised, I don't know. It's a lot of people that don't like me, so see what I got them. But it was just, I feel like the surprising part was, I got called in the starting lineup. It was loud cheers, and then when the game started, it went to boos. I don't know the reason. I don't know, what I did to the Pelicans or their fans, but hey, they got to root for their team, so it's all good. And what was the second question again?
The ending, just how do you
y'all been around long enough. Y'all know what time it is when that comes.
Ja, how do you describe the emotions of just the entire day? First game in 8 months, you guys get down big, and then you kind of will them back in the second half and hit the game winner. I mean, I imagine it's got to be as much of a roller coaster as it gets.
Emotionally, it wasn't, too hard for me. Obviously, I've been prepping for this for, almost 8 months. It's been 8 months since I, played a game. I'm confident, in the work I was putting in and, trying to be in the best shape possible to go out there and, be able to, be out there for the guys. As far as the, going down early, I kind of expected it not to be down, not 20, whatever, but I kind of expected to be like some, jitters, guys not knowing what to do. Obviously, I haven't been out there for 25 games. They had a, style of play they had to, adapt to, without me on the floor. And, me coming in, obviously, I don't want to, change nothing up. But I also have to be Ja. And I felt like, in that first half, I was just kind of, trying to figure out, the game. And then, second half, I pretty much in the locker room just told the team, stay together, that we can make a run. And, normally when, that happens, when you have a big lead, it's hard to keep it in the NBA. It's a game of runs, especially, with us being on the road. That's the extra chip, we have to play with. We got to bring a lot of toughness and energy. And pretty much said we was good. And, it showed, later in the game. Once we got going, got some stops, our offense started clicking, and we was able to come out with a win.
And Ja, welcome back. But in your dream of dreams, could you have come up with this story in terms of your game today, like the start to finish and the comeback and the win? And also, your dad was pretty emotional after the game. Can you share what you guys talked about after the game and what his presence so close to the bench meant to you?
Feel like it was the perfect, ending, perfect day, being able to come back and play, and also deliver, a game winner for us to win the game. Over this little time, I've been, putting a lot of trust in God, even more, getting closer with God, and I know He has a plan for me, and I feel like, it's already written. So, I'm just, letting Him lead me. And as far as my dad, obviously it's a lot of emotions throughout the whole family. We all was pretty much excited. It was like, yeah, Ja's back, but kind of, sad in a sense. So having him, back courtside, being able to, not only root for me, but, for this team, it was big time.
Ja, how much does it obviously it's your first game back, but does it feel like a reset for the entire team now that you guys can have everybody pretty much settled? You got more reinforcements coming. What is it going to feel like this next stretch?
I wouldn't necessarily, it feels like a reset, but, I do feel like, with me being back and, this coming week, we should have, some more guys, coming back. We should be, pretty much a good team. Obviously, we got to, keep the good things we've been doing over this, first 25 games and, keep obviously working on that. But I feel like the number one thing for us is just, holding each other accountable while we out there on the court, being able to, get on your teammate, but also your teammates, being able to, get on you and nobody getting in their feelings or getting mad. And tonight, I don't know if anybody was around the bench or, on the court, but I heard a lot of that, and I actually shared it with Dez after the game. I feel like it's going to make us, so much better. I missed a couple rebounds, and, having Dez say something to me like, effing rebound, it was something, I wouldn't say it was new, but it's something that made me just lock into it and, being able to come back, have 6 boards. Couple of them, late is, what we need to be able to, turn the page.
Hey, Ja. Jared Reed, Propels Talking New Orleans. This summer, you sponsor a camp here in New Orleans. JT Thomas, he's from New Orleans. It's kind of ironic that you kind of have a game like that here.
We already had this plan.
Yeah.
So as the schedule came out, he was the first person I texted.
So it's ironic that this happens today, and I was able to talk to your dad. I was able to talk to your uncle that was there at the camp. Your dad was pretty emotional speaking about you. Can you talk about the importance of having that team around you through this 25-game stretch of you not being able to play?
Definitely been helpful. They showed me a lot of support. They got on my ass a little bit too, but I felt like it was needed. Not only during this process for me, but for them as well to obviously learn from me. I feel like in this world a lot of us make mistakes, and I feel like my message, the message they got from mine is that regardless if you make a mistake, you just have another chance to fix it and reinvent yourself. And them I'm hearing a lot of job, I'm proud of you, how you carrying yourself and this and that from them, and I can see how it changed them as well with how they go about their days too. So definitely something good. I feel like that's the good that happened during this process. I obviously don't wish it it happened, but it definitely took me, my family, my team to the next level.
2 things, just sort of real quick. One, you talked about feeling your way into the game in the first half. Were you feeling any of the effects of not having played since April from a fatigue standpoint?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the gold shoes, were those special for the return?
I got a lot of them. Stay tuned. I just couldn't. I actually let some of my staff choose which one I was wearing today. So.
Kind of following up, just what was the fatigue factor like for you today? And then when you kind of get into that fourth quarter mode, not just the game winner, but that last 2 minutes, do you even feel any of that down the stretch?
For sure. I had a conversation with Dez, asking him, what he want to run, late in those situations. I think I made 2 layups back-to-back before the game winner. And, when I was going to take off and come down, I felt like my calves was about to start cramping. That timeout we had to draw the last play up, I actually had a massage gun, my calves. And I told Dez, asking him, do we want to, get an easy bucket? Jaren pretty much, had a, smaller defender on him. Should we just, go in the post, at the time? He told me, fuck no, you getting the ball. So so at that point, it's just, I pretty much just had to, lock in and go deliver. And I did, so that's good.
Ja, running off the floor, someone caught you on camera saying, I keep receipts.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? And secondly, what was your meeting?
I feel like it's self-explanatory. Yeah, I remember everything that was said.
And secondly, what was the meeting with Commissioner Silver like? If you met, did you meet with him last week?
Yeah, it was.
What was that like?
It was good. He pretty much, came in, checked on me, asked me, how I was doing. Pretty much just, a cordial meeting. He was basically telling me, he was excited to, be able to have me back playing. Told me to say, enjoy the moment and just, stay locked in. I actually, plan on talking to him more often, even though I'm back playing, just to, continue to build that, relationship with him.
Ja, you mentioned fatigue. Looked like you needed to hit the inhaler there in the third quarter. Took a step or went down to the tunnel in the between quarters. What was going on there when you needed to go to the back there for a little bit, and then you check back in, a little over 8 minutes left, you're down 7. What's going through your mind at that point?
Definitely with some fatigue, trying to, find a way to get some extra wind to calm down. It was, and like I said, first game back, but, obviously I've been, working hard, but it's nothing like, NBA basketball. So that's pretty much, just doing the inhaler to try to, get more oxygen in the body to be able to go out there and deliver. And when I got back in, you know, with that 8-minute mark, they pretty much told me, yeah, you're not coming out. So I just had to lock in and, you know, just push through pretty much my life, you know, just continuing to push, you know, no matter what.
I was talking to Jaren yesterday, and he was talking about how he got to stay aggressive even, you know, with you coming back.
He know I'm going to tell him to.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. And so for you getting assimilated, like with him and Dez, with the way they've been shooting the ball at the level they've been shooting it lately, what was that process like for you? Because I feel like, you know, late in the game, you know, like you said, you wanted to go to him in stretches. You had your moments. How were you figuring that out?
I feel like it ain't hard for us to figure it out. It's tougher for the defense when you got, you know, pretty much a three-headed snake like that who can, you know, all go and, you know, deliver and get a bucket. Those two guys, you know, obviously I don't want to take, you know, nothing away from them. They'll tell you that I tell them to stay aggressive, but they tell me the same thing, you know, when I'm not. So it's a good relationship, you know, us three have. And I feel like a plus for our team when, you know, if somebody got to go and continue to feed them, but you know you got two guys that can go do the same thing and, you know, run off 15 straight points, go score 40. So definitely a plus for us, and I feel like it's just something we got to continue to, you know, get better at, grow, and but also, you know, have the rest of the guys, you know, around us, you know, continuing to instill confidence in them to be aggressive as well. And that was my message tonight. You know, coach come into, you know, the huddle and basically preach me, Jaren, Dez, you know, different plays we can run. But my message to the other two guys on the floor is if y'all get it, there's no reason y'all shouldn't be aggressive anyway. We all put the work in, you know, day in and day out. And I see it, you know, every day. So good night, y'all.